And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, for the third album of Masks: A New Generation, now also known as Halcyon City Defenders.
Obligatory Mark joke.
Mark potential. Okay, so we
That's his full name.
That is now a new superhero.
Mark Potential?
Yeah, he is like Potentia, the superhero, and his name is Mark Potential. Anyway, so we come back in the same scene. However, something has happened. Vigil, you got enough potential to take a new advancement, right?
Yeah, my second advancement.
Nice. Keep those failures coming.
Power leveling like a boss.
So
my labels have shifted. So my new labels are Freak 1, Danger 0, Savior 2, Superior 1, Mundane 0.
Very nice.
I want to advance as well.
I want to advance too. Why can't I fail when I need to?
Indeed, that's a great question. So on the topic of what you want and failing and so on, in this moment as you like emerge into out from the archway, you notice that Starlight elects to not follow through. Like she stops in the door.
No, she stopped way before. After the conversation with what's it called? What was the phrase? Whisper.
Yeah.
She
so in that case, that is what you notice.
Thinking, and then she stopped following them.
Cool. So you notice that, and then you hear the honk of a pickup truck horn.
I would stop and look at this Starlight. Like, you're not going? You're not coming?
Where are we?
Well, still in the hallway.
In the entranceway.
Well, I would be in the entrance. You are deeper in the hallway.
She shakes her head.
Like he would probably approach closer. Well, do you believe what they said?
There's nothing more than I want to go with you. But they were also right. This was dumb luck. What if you're not close enough next time? What if it fails when you try to help me next time?
So I have two questions. One is, how is everyone feeling about this? Like, is this something where you're like resigned to, oh, this is her decision? Or are you like taken aback that this is something she's considering? And Nightshade, do you feel offended that she called your heroic action dumb luck?
Well, it wasn't that his action was dumb luck. It was that no one died was dumb luck.
Yeah. So, I don't know, like, do you take offense, Nightshade?
Kinda, but at the same time, he kinda understands, like, what if he wasn't that close? There probably would have been more damage before he got to her, so... He's like,
I mean, it's his knockout gauss worked perfectly, but he was so close that it worked almost immediately. What if it took him 5 minutes to reach me? What if he, at that moment, as he says himself, he's dangerous himself? What if at that moment he can't control it?
Yeah, at that, like, Nightshade remembers the baker and kind of, like, hangs his head a little bit.
What if Finn is too close and gets swallowed up immediately and doesn't have a chance to get away, or one of others? I mean, they are right. It is dangerous. I've been going with the notion that you can stop anything, but if anything I've learned is that we've been lucky.
Look, it's not like we're just going to go back to normal and ignore this. It at least sounded like the Vigil was willing to provide training as well. We'll get you a mentor. Teach you how to use your abilities without fucking up.
So, as a side comment to this, because this is happening to Finn as you are saying this, Finn, you know, like, you're very acutely aware of this being complete nonsense, right? There is no way your
Yeah.
order is gonna lift a finger for Starlight.
Oh, I didn't hear a shit of that.
Well,
It was completely. Can anyone hear it? Hello.
Hello, hi.
Hello.
Hello?
Oh, to drop.
no, she was sucked by the void. No.
No, the black hole.
Why did she have to unleash her powers every time?
Oh, she's typing.
Let's see if we can get her back on the call.
Nope. Apparently we sound like robots.
Well, that happens, I guess.
Hello?
I see you back on the call. Can you
Hi.
hear us?
Yeah, I tried to leave, but it wouldn't let me.
Curious.
And then, as if it was hiccuping, you know. And then suddenly I left, and I could go back in, and now I can hear you.
So what
But
did you miss?
As this is happening to Finn, and that was it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I said was, you heard White Sparrow like comment that, well, maybe the Vigil will offer you training, and I just like commented to Finn that the Vigil doesn't give a shit about you, Starlight. Like, there's no way they're gonna lift a finger to help an outsider.
Well,
but
Sparrow
that is
doesn't know
my
that.
Yeah, that's my inside realization.
Yes,
Like,
that is
I think
the.
that's a single bead of sweat when the Nightshade proposes that.
It's
Like,
just,
yeah.
That's just I think actually this is where she comments. Yeah, but last time Vigil actually tried to help me. We got caught, and they got so fucking angry that he brought in an outsider.
Yeah, wasn't that... I mean, it sounds like that was because you didn't go the official way. It sounded like Mr. Old Guy. It sounded like he was saying, nah, you guys, we'll do it instead.
Yeah, he's like face palming out of it. It's like, yeah, Kambal is mostly concerned that there will probably be some repercussions for me, but never mind that. Yeah, he's mostly concerned that nobody else is judging, I suppose, or passing judgment over a member of the Vigil. It's probably mostly so I can be reprimanded in the house, I would say. And the rest of you just got probably caught in by approximation.
So they won't help us.
I don't know. It's up in the air right now.
Well,
I will do my best. But he then turns to Starlight. It's like, I'm not in position to say to you what you should and shouldn't do. What I believe right now is whatever you decide, whatever you feel is right. Well, I am behind you as a part of your team.
Do you all feel that way? Like, are you all cool with Starlight just letting herself be chained?
So during this, like, Nightshade has been quiet with his head hung down, thinking, and he looks up to Starlight, and he goes, "Maybe she's right."
But as Vijay, like, finishing that sentence, that it's whatever you decide is, we are I am behind you. But he looks at her like his with the more stern look, like a bit of a shadow over his eyes. But I will not seem part of my team in prison, jailed, in chains.
Well, they didn't say they would chain you up, just keep you under supervision.
Chains can be proverbial.
obviously.
Yeah. If you think it's right, if you think what's right,
My biggest
we
concern isn't that I'll lose my temper again or that it'll go wrong again, because I know it will. I can't control this. I'm lucky if it goes right. If I lose my temper or if I get really happy, it goes wrong. It's that bad. I don't want to hurt you by accident. I don't want to kill people by accident.
Well,
She sighs and turns around to go back in.
Yeah. Do
Well,
you let her go?
I mean, it's up to you, Starlight. I'll come visit if you choose to stay here.
I still want to be a part of the team, but I have to make sure that I don't kill many innocent people doing it.
Mm-hmm. It's like he says. What do I do? Let me just. Okay, that's not.
Yeah, Nightshade like looks at Starlight, looks back to like Sparrow and Vigil. Like maybe we should stay here. I mean, talking about my dad is making me feel guilty over that all over again. And when we fought Eternity, the baker of that bakery on Main Street almost died because he touched me.
Well, it's just not fair. We have to figure this out all on our own, and then when we make a mistake, people blame us.
Exactly. So maybe the exemplars do know what they're doing. We don't see them screwing up like we do.
I mean, I'm all for training. I'm just not keen on house arrest.
I feel the same way. I think if they can help train us and then let us live our normal lives, then maybe we could work something out. But
well, honestly, White Sparrow, you haven't fucked up as badly as I have. And you seem to be in perfect control of your powers. I haven't seen you miss one beat. Ever.
Well, it still takes a lot of focus.
Of course it does. And it takes a lot of focus for me to not blow up every second.
Humble brag.
Yeah.
Oh, you seem so perfect. Well, it's not easy being perfect.
I mean, what do you reply to that?
And Vigil seems like he knows what he's doing as well. Alright, he did blow up the side of a building, but that was because of poor aim, not because he didn't know what he was doing, I hope.
Remember with.
She did just say you had poor aim.
And he already dealt with that problem. He recognized what he did.
Yeah, and even when he did that, Sparrow, you were there to save the day again. Whenever I mess up, you are there to save the people who almost die. Or Finn is there to catch whatever goes wrong. And in that time, all the bad stuff happens around us, and in reality, what you're doing is cleaning up after the fucking mess I'm making.
So
we could probably have caught Mr. Metal Man quicker if it wasn't because Vigil had to beat up all the fucking meteors falling everywhere.
So
we would probably have whatever was stolen from the bank if this didn't happen, right?
So I know that as this is happening, I'm going to like push some truths into the minds of two of you. Which is White Sparrow. I am going to push the truth. Me. The truth of the matter is that you would probably have had a hard time catching Claymore if White Sparrow hadn't given you that opportunity that she did.
Starlight?
Yeah, sorry, Starlight. And Nightshade, there is a good chance that you'd be seriously injured if she hadn't tripped him up in the bank when he surprised you.
Yeah.
Tripped
Look.
him. I ripped his arm off. But
I am
yeah,
go-
all
Yeah,
right.
so
I made a
no.
hole under the
What
ground.
what you did was that you ate a section of the bank, which prevented Claymore
Yeah,
from
he
blindsiding
fell into a
Nightshade.
hole.
Yeah.
He fell into a hole, and when he charged him afterwards, I ripped his arm off.
So the two
I'll-
of you
I'll,
feel free to act on that
I'll
information if
act
you
on
want
that
to.
one then. I'll act on that one. Look, Starlight, it's. I don't think that's true. I mean, remember when I was protecting the people in the bank? That guy would have shot me if you hadn't protected me.
Not to mention, you dropped Claymore down a few stories to save me. I didn't know he was there. I probably wouldn't be here if you hadn't have done that.
She
So
rubs
it's not
her
all
neck.
bad.
She rubs her neck with a. Yeah, I'm happy I didn't get billed for that one.
Yet.
Yes. But now they know who I am. Fuck! It's not student loans that makes everyone in the USA indebted. It's all the fucking surveyor. And she shrugs. That might be so, but the problem still stands. What if I blow up and you're not there next time?
Why wouldn't we be? We're a team.
That
Then what
sounds-
if you
that-
are there and I take you with me?
That sounds like a provocation to me, Rasmus.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I mean White Sparrow. Punctuating this whole debacle of not like, I don't belong because I'm super dangerous, and you guys are so cool, but I'm always dragging you down, and you punctuating that with, why wouldn't we be there? We're a team. That sounds like provocation to me. I don't know if you intended for it to be.
What would I do with a provocation?
Basically, like,
Where is the
in-
move
inspire.
described?
it's provoke someone.
Where is it?
It's in the moves. It's in page 1 or 2. What I'm thinking it is it's basically like you invite, like saying, "Come on, stick with us. Like we work." You're not as like, that's what I got from that. I don't know what you intended with it.
Sure, I'll go with that.
I don't
that's
want
superior.
to. I don't want to like. I don't want to have you act on what I understand your character to be
No, it
doing.
makes sense. It makes sense.
Okay.
Because it is a very, very much as, yeah, well, the main issue is what if you're not there? And I didn't provoke with, well, we're a team. And
That's
I
a
hit.
superior.
So you have the option of offering AJ either that.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah. You get the choice, Rasmus. What do you want to put on the table here?
Isn't it? No, it's on a 7 to 9 they can choose.
Yeah, on a 7 to 9, they can instead choose one.
Or is that for NPCs only?
So yeah, no, that is for PCs. So this is for PCs. You, Rasmus, you provoke, or rather, White Sparrow, you provoke Starlight. You get to decide if Starlight like caves to your provocation, right? If they're like, well, I guess we are a team, and she sticks on with you. Then you can say, then we add a team to the pool, or you can say, if you don't do this, then you mark a condition. Right? You can decide if you want to use honey or the stick. And AJ then gets to decide.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Okay, I'm gonna try and like be more clear about it because I'm rambling.
Because when I read it, it says that they do this, they say this, and if I do it, we get a team. If I don't do it, I mark a condition.
Yeah, so here's how it works. White Sparrow just made a provocation roll and got a partial hit, right? They got a hit but not a strong hit, so it's a 7 to 9. Then White Sparrow makes the decision, or Rasmus makes the decision on behalf of his character. If you do the thing that I'm trying to provoke you to do, we get a team, or if you don't do the thing that I want to have you do, then you mark a condition, right? So it's basically being like Rasmus gets to decide what is the connotation of the provocation. Is he offering you something to do it, or is he threatening you with what if you don't do it?
I'll definitely say the first one. If she does it, we'll add a team, because the only condition I could see would be guilty, and I think she's already guilty. So
also, you literally said, "But we're a team."
Back.
Exactly.
So Starlight, as would you heard, like this is White Sparrow trying to you don't know this on the character level, right? But you as the player know. White Sparrow is trying to provoke Starlight to being like, okay, yeah, I'll stay with the team, and like feel like they belong and like that they should stick on and give it a try. That is what what White Sparrow is trying to provoke you to do. Will you take their offer of adding a team to the pool if you do so?
Here's the thought process of Starlight. All that sounds like utopia, because we still haven't fixed the issue. We don't have anyone to teach us.
I think the point was that you would move forward together. Like you would make it work. But yeah, so the question becomes, what does Starlight do? Do you take the provocation, or do you take the team and adhere to the provocation, or do you let the provocation fall and don't take the team?
She hangs her shoulders, but where will we find whatever we need to keep this in check then?
That's a good question, but there's no reason we can't look together.
But we have someone right now willing to give it to us.
For a price. They'll lock you up in a box.
Well, locking me up in a box now might save many people later.
Or it might make you go crazy from being locked up.
Maybe, but that will only do something to me, not people around me.
I mean, that depends on their security system, doesn't it?
Obviously, but then it's only them.
It's up to you.
I just don't see where we can go from this. Rachel doesn't even know if his family is willing to help.
You don't know that.
Just said that.
Do I take from this that you don't submit to the provocation?
She doesn't.
Okay. So
I want to be your teammate, but I'm also aware that it can go really wrong, and we just saw how wrong it can go. I was lucky that he was close. I was lucky he did what he did. But what's to say that will work next time?
Well, it's up to you. I would rather we look for something together, but I'll still come visit if you choose to stay here.
Thanks. Thanks, Nightshade.
Mm-hmm.
She nods at Finn. He were the one comforting her earlier. Like, she is not discarding that they are in fact a team, but she's just scared she can't handle it.
Very nice.
And then she turns around and walks in.
Yeah, cool. So
back up the stairs.
We see you like turn your back on the group and like walk into the building as the group is leaving. And I think your mom has stopped leaning on the horn, like somehow recognizing that something is going on. So we have like a moment to just like I don't even. Yeah, actually, I do want. I do want to have like a moment where we can acknowledge anything you three might say to each other as Starlight like leaves and you're outside. If you feel like you would say something.
I think Sparrow would say, "Let's just go home."
Yeah, and Nightshade kind of like looks at Sparrow and Vigil. Are we making the right choice here? I don't know. I'm torn.
Virgil just look like he doesn't look at them. But he looks like into to that like corridor when the Starlight left. He tenses for a moment and he fucking punches a wall. like that's a proper like anger punch.
The wall, awed at your mighty onslaught, crumbles like walls do.
Yeah. And he just storms out without a word.
Do you run to your mom, or do you just run away?
No, he just walks out probably angry. He just walks out angry. He doesn't. You know what? Yeah, he would. Yeah, he would have to face his mom anyways. He's going to her, and like just like it's not a pleasant meet. He looks pissed.
Yeah, and she doesn't say anything to you. It's
Yeah.
We see after like the lot of you leave the building, the next couple of panels are like you and your mom riding in the pickup truck, going from like downtown to outskirts of the city, and then to like basically beyond most of the buildings. Like it's a lot of park and green and outside the city, and the cliffs nearby, like near the outskirts of Halcyon City, and the forest that dot those places. And all of it is like this uncomfortably tense thing, right? When no one is saying anything, it's just like the quiet drive. And the only thing that like, she doesn't say anything, but she breaks the silence when the car comes to a halt, and she's like, "We're here. Pick yourself up."
And he looks for first time he looks actually where they are, because he wasn't paying attention.
There's like a log cabin you're at.
Okay.
Oh, she's taking the dog out back to shoot it.
I'm like looking.
Wow.
I'm like looking around. Huh. Haven't been here in a while.
Well, hope you didn't get used to that feeling. Get out. And she like steps out of the car.
She pushes me out. Fuck off. Yeah, I'm stepping out.
He grabs her purse from the seat and like yoinks it out of the window. Walks to the door.
I didn't imagine her to be like a purse lady. Oh no, okay.
Okay, then not a purse. Then she yoinks it out of a windbreaker.
Yeah.
And like opens the door to the house.
Yeah.
And the inside of it is basically the inside, like, you know that the furniture of the place has like white sheets over it. So it's like this isn't disused thing.
Well, there is a person living there technically.
Yeah, there will be.
You.
No, not necessarily.
Yeah, the aide will also be living there. So as you like arrive at that place, she's like, she basically like rips the sheets off like a couple of the furniture, like opens some curtains, opens a door out to like the porch, and steps outside. And you would describe it as like overlooking a lake outside of Halcyon.
It's basically like a lakeside house.
Cool. Yeah, so she stands there and she like looks to you. She says, "What happened?"
He like probably he like leans on the like railing that is on the like patio. It's like, I don't know. You've seen what happened.
She gives you a stare. Like, that's not what she asked.
What happened? Well, she lost control. We tried to go into the damage control. You know. The rest you know.
I'm not talking about her. You. What
They're
happened?
not specific questions.
What happened with you?
What do you mean with me?
You should have been able to stop that rock. Instead, those people could have died. I taught you better than that.
Well, I stopped 7 before. I slipped at the last one.
Well, don't. In the future, there will be no more slipping up. Just for a single moment, and someone could get hurt. You need to be sure your mind is in the game. There's no room for error. Here, she says, and like she drops the keys to the place into your hand. This place is yours now. You take the time you need. You train. This is remote. People won't notice. You get proper. You get good.
Get good. Group. Yeah.
Also, this should be a good place to hide away from the elder.
Oh, she's having
Oh,
it now.
he's like, oh, I was looking to talking with the old man.
Yeah, well, do so at your own discretion. He's not pleased with what you and your friends are doing.
Was he ever pleased about anything in his life?
He was. It's before you were born.
Oh,
Oh,
burn!
Oh, I'll PM you an idea late after the session.
Okay, that is a good thing.
Yeah, but he's like, that old story. Oh well. I suppose, like, if you want to, he will find me anyways. If not, he'll probably drag me in the night into the keep. So, one way or another, I will talk to him sooner or later.
Yeah, don't worry about that. I won't let him. You need to do better. You hear me? You need to do better. But for what it's worth, you did good. I'm proud at what you're becoming. Take care of yourself and your team. We'll talk.
This I'm stopping, I'm stopping here, with now is like no more like snarkiness in his voice. Is like genuine. Like, would you help me train them? Would you help me show them like how to be better?
I wouldn't have any idea how. I'm a shaper.
Yes, you did this with me.
Yes, but you had a lifetime of practice preparing you for the process. As did I. As did my father. And his mother. Your friends, on the other hand, a different caliber of creature. They're not of our order, but that's also what makes them unique. That is what makes them... That's what gives them the qualities that you and I don't possess. If they are to find a way, it shouldn't be our way. They should be allowed to grow into themselves.
Okay, and when she like after she's down like and leaving and like, he like thinks for a moment. If you see Mishra anywhere, tell him I say hello.
I'm sure I will. Call me. And I expect you to pick up.
He's like, does it house even have like connections? Like, I look at my phone.
I guess it probably does.
Yeah,
Probably does.
just one bar.
It's too close to the biggest city in the world to not have some reception.
Yeah.
Well, if you sit at the right windowsill, in the right way, you do have 2 bars.
And then as like she turns to leave, and she's like, basically leaving on the note of like, "Call me, you did good. I'm proud of you, kid." And then like she can't stop herself from leaving on the final note of, "You have 1.5 day of schoolwork to catch up to."
Do I really have to?
She doesn't.
You know.
She turns to look at you, and it's like the same hard glare, right? It's not the mom look, it's the shaper look. It's like, yes, you do.
Okay.
And then she cocks a smile and she leaves. And we cut from that scene. And I want to observe the homecoming of Nightshade in particular.
Have we come up with some sort of excuse on the way?
Did we? Oh yeah, because they like yeah.
Tell me of your excuse.
Yeah. Yeah, we're thinking about this foreign student, but I am just like on the lake house by the song. I don't know.
So it is mid-afternoon, a lovely Thursday afternoon in mid, I guess, in spring? Let's say spring. As you return to suburbia, to a wonderful little house in the middle of good old Central America. Well, Halcyon is probably like a West Coast city, I guess. So, good old America anyway. Core values. And yeah, I don't know, like, how does Nightshade feel? Like, just based on your interactions with I maybe, do you feel like a dead man walking? What is this?
Yeah, basically. Like the closer he gets to his house, it's just the sense of dread just gets deeper and deeper. And I think,
do you go alone, or do we see
I think I'm alone.
Cool. So we see you approaching your own.
I'm like walking up the pathway to the door, and like he grabs a hold of the handle and starts to turn it and pushes it in a little bit. Then he sighs and he just takes off running. And so he's going to like run out into like the woods or just somewhere remote away from the city. Because I'm clearing my afraid condition and I'm going to run from a difficult situation.
Interesting.
And this is most definitely going to be difficult.
So, I want to segue that. We see you like run away. You definitely clear the condition. You run away. You make your problems worse, essentially.
Yeah.
And we see you like just run aimlessly. Like you run through suburbia. You run out of the town. You run like out into like the woods of like that we just established like exist outside of Halcyon. And you stop like you're running on like a trail that leads like up like along an escarpment somewhere outside that people like stop and enjoy the sundown like from. There's a bench there that people can like sit and enjoy the sunset. And as you stop to catch your breath, maybe you lean on we see you like leaning on a tree, like just making sure that to we see you catch your breath is what I was trying to say. I don't know why I was looking for more adverbs. You catch out the corner of your eye the shape of White Sparrow. White Sparrow.
Oh.
You, my dear friend, you are about to enter your sanctuary.
Oh. Okay. I guess I went home, told them, got held up by superhero business, deal with it, and then left, or
So you tell me how that went. Because that is
I think it went almost like that. Got home, told them I was held up by superhero business, was then, scolded and, we were so worried. Had enough of it and went to go to my sanctuary.
Wonderful. Yeah, so that's that. So we basically transition the one scene into the other in this case, and of seeing you on the tail end of that conversation, about to enter your sanctuary.
Cool.
Uh-oh.
So
Yes. So I like kind of like realize who I'm seeing. And I'm like, Nelly?
loud enough to be audible, or
Yeah. Like very confused as to like why you're out here too.
well, she turns and looks at you. Hi.
What are you doing out here?
I could ask you the same. Did you run away?
Yeah, I can't deal with this right now.
So you're a fugitive now.
Essentially.
I think I have an old tent back home, but you know.
Yeah, it's all right. I'll eventually head back home, but I couldn't deal with them at the moment.
Yeah. That's kind of why I'm here as well. You know how my mom gets.
Yeah. So, have you always come out here?
Yeah. There's a grove nearby where I usually go.
Where I chill.
Wanna come?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Well, she leads him there.
Cool. So, like, you take control of that scene from a aesthetic standpoint. Like, tell us what this is and how this looks.
So it was still afternoon, right? Or was the sun setting?
I mean, let's say it's a while until sunset, just so we have like a more vibrant palette to work with.
Well, this is, of course, a public forested area. But it's a little off the path. There's well, a lot of trees, and then there's an opening in the trees with, I think, a bit of a pond and a tree stump that you can sit on. And she goes and sits on the tree stump. She looks thoughtful.
Yeah, and Nightshade like kind of glances around as take him into the grove, aka your sanctuary. And
Well, it's not actually my sanctuary yet.
oh, okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, I look around. I'm like, it's peaceful out here.
Yeah, I used to come here a lot when I was younger.
I think I kind of like sit down around the pond and just look into it. And I kind of like, I'm going to use one of my moves, my passive moves.
Oh, cool. What?
Oh my.
Okay. It's not that kind of move. It's called I Am What You See. When you spend time talking to someone about your identity, you can ask them which label they want to impose on you. Their player will tell you honestly. If you accept what they tell you, take +1 forward and either mark potential or clear condition.
Oh, that's so cool. Show it. Show it.
All right, so like Nightshade sits down by the little pond there for a while and it's kind of silent, and he looks up to Nelly and he's like, I mean, your parents know, right? And it's getting harder and harder to keep this hidden. And I just get tired of it sometimes. Should I tell them? Should I tell them who I am?
Well, why didn't you tell them? That's perhaps a good start.
I guess to protect them and want some freak finding out who I was and then going after them. But I mean, they'd probably figure it out anyways.
Well, that does make sense. I think they would be safer, but they'll also be more worried. So I suppose it's ultimately up to you if you want to be open with them to make things easier, or keep it a secret to keep them safe.
Yeah, but my mom eats up that Susan Ramirez crap. Dad thinks the superheroes are cool, but I don't. I'm afraid to tell Mom. I guess.
Yeah, she does react quite strongly, usually.
He just kind of sighs and just stares into the pool, like picks up a little twig, and kind of like starts swirling the water in the pond.
I mean, you could tell them, and then I could tell them, and then we could have our parents have like a support group for each other, and maybe they'll be less doting.
So are you just like non-committedly offering advice, and when you're off, well, you could do the one thing, but you could also do the other thing. See, those are both things you could do. Or are you like actually encouraging him to do it?
I think that one was mostly for you could do. I think the first one was basically you could be selfish and tell them, or you could be protective and not tell them. That was perhaps an attempt to put in a bit of savior.
Okay.
Very interesting. So you are in essentially, so where you weigh your things is you are encouraging him to take care of his peeps by wearing his secret.
Yeah, I think so. That's what she does. I think she'll add. I mean, as you said, your mom's eating up that Susan crap. But if she knew, don't you think she'd, I don't know, go after her or start a flame war? That might put her in the spotlight, right?
He kind of like chuckles. He's like, yeah, she's got the mama bear thing kind of down.
Yeah, and I think she can definitely protect herself from more mundane threats.
I mean, yeah, Dad's around. And I mean, most of my training comes from just being in the gym with him.
Yeah. Do you still do that?
Yeah, every once in a while when I can.
I guess it's kind of hard. I know my parents know. It was kind of hard not to tell them when my powers almost killed me. But you've seen what that does, right? They're worried all the time whenever I'm not home.
Oh, can I?
Yeah.
When you say that in the panel, there is an when my powers almost killed me, and then there's an ellipsis of temporary hesitation, and you just having this conversation, and the panel is just basically like a pretty picture of you sitting in this very serene place. But as you say that, there is like you are in the focus of the panel when you have that particular conversation, and we see the the color palette of the place like shift noticeably. Now, Nightshade, you don't notice Jack. Like this is not a thing that happens to you, but you can like you feel like a tangible reverberation of your denial of your state.
What? Just because I'm lying a little bit?
Yeah, that's like I think that's a thing you feel in this place right now when you're like when you're sharing and then you're like putting up that barrier. It's like you're not being really zen, right?
That's true. Of course, actually talking about what really happened would be worse.
Yeah, it would.
I think though that gives me an idea. So, can I show you something?
Sure.
And Sparrow gets up and goes sort of to the middle of the grove and closes her eyes and puts out her hands. And there's a kind of white light that emerges from her and kind of flows over the whole grove. And when it settles down again, it's basically the same, but viewed through the lens of nostalgia. So it's right at sunset and everything is just perfect looking. And like, this is the prettiest it's ever been.
Yeah, like Nightshade like jumps up and is like, "What just happened?"
Magic.
So, you know how I can, make constructs with my mind, right?
Right?
Well, this is like my safe place. It's sort of like my memories of this place. I kind of made a memory pocket I can chill in.
And Nightshade's like looking around at everything and like how beautiful it is, and it's like, "That's pretty awesome."
Yeah, Sparrow, kiss him, kiss him.
We
So
see
it's probably-
we see Starlight emerge into the frame wearing a giant crab suit.
No, she is being the best kind of inconspicuous she can be. She's holding a twig with leaves.
Nice. Yeah, so like I'm like moving around, just looking at all the how the features have changed in the grove, as I'm saying that.
Yeah, I think it's probably, the height of summer, all the plants are in full bloom, and somehow it's still at a sunset, even though that would put it pretty late at night.
Right. Yeah, I like walk around, turn around, and it's like, "Have you always had this place?"
Well, I kind of made it, when I started getting, well, I wanted to say when I started getting more control, but I really kind of made it on accident, so.
But still, it's amazing. It even feels like summer in here.
Yeah, it's nice and warm.
Because she knows how that feels.
I tend to come here to focus when I have a hard time or if I need to think something over. There's no reason you can't do that, right?
Right.
I come here to focus.
Shut up!
Boom, go on.
YouTube flagged. No,
I
Smooth jazz start playing.
keep going.
I think she moves to sit by the pond again and says, "I don't think anyone can come in here. I mean, they'd have to have powers like mine, right?"
Yeah, in theory, I think.
Not at all foreshadowing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, time still passes, so don't stay in here forever, but
Yeah, if it's okay with you, I'd just like to stay in here and think a little bit.
sure, I'd be happy to provide advice, but
Kind of, he's like sits down next to her and sitting there and thinking if whether he should spill the beans to his parents.
So, to
So because she gets so happy, butterflies dies flying around like.
to put a bow on to put a little bow on the exchange you just had, you used "I am what you see," so I guess the question becomes, you told them something about your identity, right? You were like, "I have a serious problem about should I tell my mother or not? Like, should I be open with my family?"
Yeah.
I guess that's what you were on about.
Right.
All right. So in that case, please inform us, Rasmus, not White Sparrow, but the player. Tell us honestly. What?
Yes.
What label do you want to impose on Nightshade?
what I want to, because so far I've been going with what Sparrow wants to.
So it says they're player. So, I mean, balance that however you want.
Yeah, I'm definitely going for Savior. I don't know how high it already is, but that's the one that makes the most
It's
sense.
at 0, so.
Do you accept that?
Yeah, I do.
Alright, take +1 forward, and choose whether you mark potential or clear a condition.
I will clear guilty.
Nice.
So I'm no longer feeling guilty.
Yeah, there's no reason to be guilty. You're protecting them, right?
That's right.
It's so fitting. When you have that moment, it's a very nice moment. But just because we can't have a nice moment without something in it. There is that one moment where you finish like saying these things to one another. And you're like, I want to stay here and like think for a moment. And just as you're like kind of just chilling and you stop being consciously aware of your surroundings and instead like start thinking more than you notice, your perception of the place is immediately twisted very swiftly and very briefly, as all the shadows in the place seem to spin like a clock for a second. Like the sun passes, like sets and rises again, a full cycle in a single moment. Like all the shadows just turn on themselves. And then everything is back to normal. But for a moment, everything is both dark and like orange and violet and twisty, and then it's back to this.
So does Nightshade see that, or does
Nightshade,
that
you
just
notice
Sparrow?
that. Sparrow, you
notice
notice
that.
it too. Sparrow, you have an idea of what this is.
Yeah, I was
so
about to ask. That's not a common occurrence, is it?
No, it's not, but it's not the first time either. It is. It denotes a certain bird of a certain hue moving around in the etherscape.
So not necessarily nearby, just...
Yes, it is. It is about like it is approaching you, but not in a physical sense, more on a collision sense.
So my doom is moving closer, basically.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is stirring. Is the proper word.
So yeah, Nightshade like jumps up when he starts seeing all this crazy stuff going on.
It takes the span of like 2 heartbeats.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck was that? Did you see that?
Yeah, sorry, that was probably me. She sighs and gets up as well. This place is, as I said, one of my memories, and it's tied to me. So when I feel down or worried, it can kind of do that.
They kind of like look at you quizzically, like, why are you down? What's bothering you?
No, I'm just worried about Starlight. You know.
Nice save.
I don't know if it's the right choice for her to stay there, but I don't have any alternative for her.
Yeah, Nightshade kind of paces a little bit. He's like, I know. I almost wanted to stay with her, but I don't know what that would have accomplished. I'm in control enough, but I feel like I need to get better.
I mean, we can spar if you want.
Not just in the physical sense, like when that cloud, that I knocked everybody out, I just didn't release it from myself. I was the cloud. Like, my body was gone for a brief moment.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't know how I did it.
Well, I mean, we could probably practice that as well. I mean, I change shape all the time.
That's true. You might have some insight into this.
Because she knows what it is to change your real body into something, yeah.
I think if I perhaps put up a barrier, we could try to have you do it again.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's try that.
That's so cool. So I want to cut that scene there because I have an idea for like what we will see coming up in the start of the next hour.
Okay.
And then what we'll move forward into. So let's have a break here, and we'll be right back after this.